What's up, y'all? Hey, being in prison, it takes a certain type of mentality to make it through prison. So you see guys in there losing their mind, like literally losing their mind, and you almost have to turn crazy to be able to survive that experiment, that experience. Just think about it. You locked in a cell 23 hours of a day. Sometimes you don't get to see the sun at all for weeks at a time. Just think about that. We are natural humans when we're supposed to be outside, but you're locked in a room where you don't see any natural sunlight for weeks at a time. That's traumatic. So you almost have to go crazy to be able to survive. 8 years in federal prison taught me a lot of things. One of the things it taught me was patience. You have a day. You have a day that you're going to get out. Just be patient. That's the main thing it taught me. Another thing it taught me was that if you don't have a goal for when you get out, you're going to be in the same position when you do get out. A lot of those guys you see coming in, they didn't been there before. And the reason that they are back is because they didn't have a clear, defined goal on what they would do to stay out of there. So therefore, they're back in there. That's why when I was in prison, I educated myself on a subject that would not lead me back to jail. Most of those guys, they go in there, they get people's phone numbers, the connects, and then they connect with them when they get out. And then they end up back in the same position because they thought they could do it a little bit better. They thought that they wouldn't get caught this time, right? No, prison is a place for the people that break laws, right? So therefore, don't break laws and you won't go. It's as simple as that. I know we all want to get some money and get to the money, but there's other ways. You see people on Instagram and TikTok getting rich off videos, right? So that's the way, that's the new era. When you hold people attention, that's the new era. How long can you hold somebody's attention? And that's why Facebook and Google and all of these things are billion-dollar companies, because they're holding people's attention. Think about it. When you scroll on Facebook, they're holding your attention, and then they're paying people to keep you on Facebook. They don't want you to go to Google. They don't want you to go to YouTube. They want you right there on Facebook. So that's the new age. That's how you get paid nowadays. And if you can learn to master things like that, now you can get rich. I haven't learned and mastered it yet, but I'm working on educating. That's how I'm gonna hold people's attention. If I tell you that 3 years ago I was in prison and now I have 14 properties, it's gonna perk up your ears. You're gonna be at attention, like, hold up, that's weird. How did he do that? So then I wrote this book. This book is how I did it, right? It was all the knowledge that I had compiled into a book. Assets, liabilities, credit. These is all the things that I knew to get into real estate. So therefore, when I got out, I had the plan. I had the goal, I had the ambition, I had the willpower. I wanted it. See, nothing comes to nobody who don't want it. If you want to go to prison, people say they don't want to, but their actions speak louder than what they're saying. They say they don't want to go to prison, but therefore they wouldn't do the things that they did. They wouldn't be doing the actions. People say they hate their job, they don't want to go to it, but yet they still go. Oh, I got to pay my bills. There's other ways to pay your bills. You just have to learn them. We just don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So all our life we've been taught to go to this job, get this job, work this job, and it didn't work for the last generation, but we're trying to do it still, right? A lot of times I hear people say, but doing that is too hard, or things like that, but it's really not hard. It's just that you don't know how to do it. So that's some of the things I teach, some of the things I go over in my book is all of the simple steps that you need to know. I love the fact that a lot of people are waking up nowadays, learning about assets and liabilities is very needed, very important. So With that being said, my channel is all about that. It's about educating people. I know that my story is very important, but I feel like giving you the information is way more important. I could tell you how I was in the streets all my life and selling drugs and robbing people and just living that lifestyle, but that's traumatic. Like, that's a traumatic experience. Just imagine having to live like that, looking over your shoulder. Nobody wants no life like that. And I don't talk about it much because I hate reliving it. I could tell you a lot of stories that's just like, it's tragic because nobody care enough to stop it from happening. So therefore it keeps happening to the next generation and the next generation. Only thing we have to do is present them with the information, and then things like that wouldn't happen. But yet it's still happening.